even with all of the things that are going on right now that we don't have transparency on, we still don't have full transparency on the pandemic. We think we know where it's going, but we don't with 100% certainty. We don't have full transparency on what's going to happen geopolitically. I think even with those things still creating this massive uncertainty in the economy, there's a much better probability that by the end of the year, the supply side of the economy is in a better position than it is today. I think we've seen wave after wave of the pandemic be disruptive, but we continue to learn, we continue to adapt, we continue to figure out the things that we can and can't do safely. And I think especially as we start to, and not making a political statement, just statement of fact, but as we really vaccinate a lot of the rest of the world, you will see fewer disruptions than we've seen in the past. It was great that we were, one of the first out of the gate and started vaccinating our population here. But in a very integrated global economy and a global supply chain, that only gets us so far if we're not vaccinating the people around the world who are also producing the things that we need them to produce. That said, I do think there are some constraints that stick around on a more permanent basis. As we were talking about, labor is going to be a constraint to production that we're going to have to work through on a more permanent basis. Semiconductors are going to be hard, and microchips are going to be harder to come by for a while. Not in a permanent way, but in a more durable way. And certainly, I think the current geopolitical situation puts energy, I think, in focus in a way that maybe it had only started to become, I think, more on people's radar screens with the price level running up. But a lot of that had to do with geopolitics, even before we had the situation in Eastern Europe really start to become a more dire situation.